Welcome my magical stallions, welcome back to my channel. For today's video I'm doing the Disney Gym Show tag, which was created by the amazing, most gorgeous Rawan over at Disney Damsels. If you guys are subscribed to me, you most definitely probably know Rawan. In my personal opinion, she is my favourite Disney content creator on YouTube. I love her videos, amazing content, her makeup is always fire, she is gorgeous, and not just that, she is also the sweetest, kindest person. We've recently become great friends, we talk often. Our mutual love is Disney gym shows, hence the tag, and she recently asked if I wanted to do this tag and I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I remember seeing your video and I loved it, so I'm very excited to do this tag myself. So I hope you're all comfy, hope you all got a cute cup of Disney tea. I hope you all got a cute Disney mug with a cup of tea, and yeah, let's just get onto this tag because I'm very excited to do this. So I've got all the questions in my Walt Disney World I'm Obsessed with Disney Packs notebook, so if I'm looking down it's because I'm looking at the questions. Question number 1 is, when was the first time that you ever saw a gym show figurine and what drew you to it? So the first time I saw a Disney gym show figurine was when I had one as a gift from my friend of the family, Maria. It was for my 18th birthday and she gifted me this gorgeous Minnie Mouse gym show. How beautiful is this? I love that she's holding a bunch of roses. So it was my 18th birthday and Maria always gets me a lovely gift for my birthdays, and she decided to get me this gym show and I absolutely fell in love with it the moment I saw it. And then I asked her what is it and she explained that it's a Disney tradition by gym show, and then the obsession well and truly started. So I've been collecting gym shows since 2013, I believe my 18th birthday was. So since 2013, so the collection and the obsession started because of Maria. So Maria, thank you, and also I blame you because now my bank balance is always 0 because I'm obsessed with purchasing gym shows. But this was my first ever one that I saw and I love it so much. Question number 2 is, how many gym show figurines do you have in your collection? So my mother and I counted our gym show collections out of curiosity yesterday. My mother has 79 gym shows, which is absolutely incredible. And then I'm not too far behind her. I'm on 60 gym shows, which I might get a lot of hate for that, but I work full time and when I do get my paycheck, I love to treat myself to a gym show. They're what makes me happy. That's what I like to spend my money on. So that's the reason why. And I've also been collecting since 2013. And I just absolutely love gym shows. Like I said, they make me so happy, so that's what I like to spend my money on. So that's probably why I've got quite a decent sized gym show collection, is the fact that A, I've been collecting since 2013, and B, that's what I like to spend my money on. So 60 gym shows in my collection. Question number 3 is, what was the first ever gym show figurine that you bought? I remember this day like it was yesterday. So it was when I had my first ever like retail store job, and it was my first ever big paycheck and I was so excited. So my mother and I went to my local Clinton's, which sadly we don't have a Clinton's anymore, and I really missed that because every time I finished work it would be local to me and I'd run into the nearest Clinton's and I'd look at what gym shows were there and then I'd treat myself. So for my first ever paycheck I decided to get a gym show and I was so excited picking one out. And I decided to get, I'm trying to find them, they're all scattered around me now. I'm surrounded by gym shows, so if I'm looking like that is why. So the first ever gym show that I purchased, I technically purchased 2, I'll show you the other one in a second. But the first ever one that I purchased is Cheshire Cat. This is now discontinued. And I was so in love with this the moment I saw it, I had to get it. And what's crazy is my all-time favourite character is Cheshire Cat. So I think it's even more special that the first ever gym show I purchased was actually Cheshire Cat. And this is so gorgeous, one of my favourites, holds such a special memory. I was just so excited on the first ever paycheck to like get something on my own, and I just knew I needed a gym show and I knew I needed this guy. So I love that. And another gym show that I also got on the same day, I thought why not, I got a little Stitch as well. And this little dude is also discontinued, holds a special place in my heart, and it is just so cute. So those were the first ever 2 gym shows that I purchased myself. Question number 3 is, what was the first ever gym show? I've just done question number 3, haven't I? This is what happens when you don't edit. Question number 4 is there a specific Disney movie that your gym show collection is made up from? Yes, there is. Alice in Wonderland. I don't know if you can see behind me, but I got some gym shows there of Alice in Wonderland and some more scattered elsewhere. I love Alice in Wonderland. It's one of my favourite movies, and I just love Alice in Wonderland gym shows because I love the bright in your face bold colours. I love bright colours. It's my aesthetic. I just like in your face bright, bold, happy colours that just give you a positive vibe. So I'm all about Alice in Wonderland gym shows. So I have quite a lot, but I just want to show you this one. So it shows you like what I mean by the colour scheme. So aesthetically pleasing, and the bright colours are so beautiful. This is Alice sitting on the mushrooms. So beautiful. So yeah, definitely my biggest gym show collection is Alice in Wonderland because of those bright colours. Question number 6 is, I keep getting the wrong number. Question number 5 is, are there any specific collections that you have set to up? Let's try and read that again. Are there any specific... Why do you guys watch me? Let me know in the comments, because I wouldn't watch me. I'm just like, girl, why are you struggling over numbers? Right, do I know my ABCs? Do I know my 1 to 10? Are there any specific collections of sets that you have? Example, the White Wonderland or the Carved by Hearts. So I've seen the White Wonderland gym shows and they are absolutely stunning, but they are just all white, and like I said, I love bright colours, so I have no interest in purchasing those, even though I think they are absolutely beautiful. And the Carved by Hearts are absolutely gorgeous, but I don't necessarily want to collect the whole set. I do look at some of them and then I purchase 1 or 2 because they're really pretty, but I'm not interested in collecting the set just because it's a set. But I do have 1 Carved by Heart, which I will show you guys, just so you know what that collection is. So this is what a Carved by Heart looks like. So this is the Beauty and the Beast one, which is absolutely gorgeous. So all the Carved by Hearts have this wooden base here. So absolutely gorgeous, but I don't really want to collect the whole set. It's just not for me. I only collect the characters or the gym shows that I like, that like call out to me. The next question is question number 6. Do you collect any holiday gym show figurines? If yes, which one is your favourite? Yes, I do. The only holiday gym shows that I collect is Halloween, because I am obsessed with Halloween. It is my favourite season, and my personal favourite Halloween gym show that I have in my collection is one of my newest ones, and it is Vampire Minnie. Mostly because it's gorgeous, and second of all, I love the colour scheme. You know me, I love my purples and my pinks. I just think she looks so pretty. I love the colour scheme. So this Minnie has a vampire and she's holding a jack-o'-lantern trick-or-treat pumpkin basket, which is so cute. So I love Halloween, so that's the gym show holiday season that I collect, and this is definitely my favourite. Next question is number 7. What's the gym show grail figurine of yours that you've recently had? I have 2 gym show grails. Now, a grail is basically a gym show that you've always wanted, that's really hard to get hold of, a gym show that you need in your life that you're finding it really hard to get. Well, I finally got 2 of my grails. Are you ready? You've seen them recently in a video, but I'm going to show you them today as well. Hercules is one. Hercules is my favourite movie and one of my favourite characters. And this is discontinued and it goes for crazy prices. I believe he's like 200 to 500. It varies on different websites, but 200 to 500 I've seen him go for, and I managed to get him for retail price. I'm just so happy. I absolutely love him. And then to go with Hercules, I have Hades, the villain from Hercules, and he is my personal favourite villain, so again I was so happy to have him. I got him for retail price £75, but he goes for crazy prices, like 200 to 500 as well. It's absolutely insane. So this is Hades, and I'm just so happy to have 2 of my grails in my life. And I also want to say on that question, there are grails that I want that I still haven't managed to get my hands on, and grails that I don't think I ever will manage to get. One of them is the Lady and the Tramp Moonlight Romance gym show, which lights up, and it's basically the Bella Notte restaurant scene where they're having the spaghetti and the meatballs and they do the meatballs kiss. Cutest thing ever. And I also really want the white rabbit from the Alice in Wonderland collection. It's like a massive white rabbit and it's like an outdoor gym show. So beautiful, but that goes for crazy prices. Tower of Fright is another one, which is a haunted castle with every single Disney villain you can think of. It is huge, it is stunning. Again, it goes for ridiculous prices and it's so rare, so I'll never get that one. There's definitely a lot of gym show grails that I would love to have. Question number 8 is, how do you display your gym show figurines? I display my figurines on shelves. If you follow me on Instagram, I'll leave it in the link description box down below. That will show you better how I display them. They're basically shelves like these behind me and they go all the way up. And I'm very OCD with my gym shows. I've got to have like shelves themed to a certain Disney movie. So I'd love for you guys to go and check that out. So I'll leave it in my link description. And it says, are they out all year? Yes, they are. Every single gym show, even my Halloween gym shows are out all year. They're too beautiful to put away. And then, do you change your displays often? Always. I call it shelf shuffling. I'm always shelf shuffling. I just love to like rearrange things, make it look pretty, make the colours look lovely. So yes, I definitely rearrange a lot. Question number 9 is, out of your entire gym show collection, which one is your favourite? I can't pick one. Like, I wish I could, but I can't. So I'm going to show you 5 different gym shows that are my favourites because it's impossible to pick. So one of my favourites is this one. This is Alice and the Caterpillar. This is the Caterpillar Alice in Wonderland attraction from Disneyland, California. Now, I fell in love with that ride when I was in California, so this means a lot to me because it just reminds me of me being in that Caterpillar attraction, living my best life in California, so I adore this one. Plus, it's really pretty. I love the aesthetics. I love Alice in Wonderland, so this is definitely one of my favourites. And then Hades is one of my favourites because my favourite villain, it's a grail. How could it not be my favourite? It is just so gorgeous. And then I have my Evil Queen, which is one of my favourites just because it's so gorgeous. I love the colours. So detailed. So that is my Evil Queen. And then another gym show which is my favourite is my Ohana. Mostly because Ohana means family, so this means everything to me because family is my everything. And this is just so gorgeous. This is another grail. This goes for £200 to £500, which is absolute madness to me. And I got it for retail price, so I love it. And then my final favourite, I'm trying to decide. There's so many I love. I'm going to say, oh gosh, I don't know, guys. I'm stuck. I'm going to say this one. This is Mulan, and I got it from Walt Disney World. I'm obsessed with Mulan. It's one of my favourite animation movies, and I remember when the pictures came out explaining that this gym show was going to go out for sale and it's a new gym show tradition, and they said that it wasn't going to be sold in the UK at first. I don't know if it is now. I think it is available in the UK now, but originally it wasn't. And I was devastated, and all my Disney friends were like, oh my gosh, you must be gutted. And I was like, I am, I really wanted it. And then I went on vacation to Walt Disney World for 2 weeks, and I walked into one of the stores and there she was, and it made my heart and soul so happy that I managed to get her and I brought her home with me. So just because I was so happy and excited the moment I saw her, this is why it's one of my favourites, because of that memory. But it's Mulan holding Mushu, and it's just so pretty, and again, I love the aesthetics. So that's one of my favourites as well. But I love all of my gym shows, if I'm honest. That's such a difficult question. Question number 10 is, which Disney gym show figurine holds the most sentimental value to you? That would be my Ohana. I briefly touched on it earlier, but it's mostly because it says Ohana, which means family in Hawaiian, and family is my everything, so I absolutely love this piece. And my mother got it for me for one of my birthday gifts before, and it's just so special to me. I love it. So that's the one that holds the most sentimental value. I can't describe how much I love my family. I'm very lucky to be truly in love with every single person in my family. I'm close to everyone, and I just feel very blessed. So that is why that's the most sentimental value to me. Question number 11 is, are there any rare Disney gym shows that you have? Oh yes, I have so many discontinued rare gym shows, but I've only picked 1 or 2 to show you because I've got a lot. I started collecting years ago, so obviously a lot of items have got discontinued now, so that's why I have so many discontinued rare gym shows. But I'm going to show you 2 Dumbo ones. So I've got Dumbo and the baby Dumbo and the stork here. This is discontinued, very hard to get, and it is so beautiful. And Dumbo is one of my favourite Disney characters ever, so any Dumbo Jim Shore I have to have. I love that one. Then another one that I've seen go for crazy prices now is discontinued Jim Shore, which is Dumbo and Timothy, and this one is absolutely huge. Such a gorgeous Jim Shore. And then I have obviously Hades, and I've got Hercules, which I showed you earlier, but I'll just show you again. So yeah, I'm looking around, I've got so many. My Ohana is another one. This goes for crazy prices. So I've got a lot of discontinued rare Jim Shores. Question number 12 is, what is your most expensive Disney Jim Shore figurine? My most expensive is definitely this one. I got this a couple of years back and it cost me £97. I know, it was an investment piece. £97, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It is the 7 dwarfs in the hi-ho scene from the movie when they're going to work. And it is so gorgeous and so colourful. I love everything about this Jim Shore. I had to get it. Such a collector's item. So that is by far my most expensive Jim Shore. And then I also have 2 Haunted Mansion Jim Shores, and they were very expensive as well because they were Disneyland Park exclusives. So I think they are the next most expensive Jim Shores I have. Then question number 13 is, how often do you buy Disney Jim Shores? So a couple of months ago, and many years ago, basically since I started collecting, I'm only purchasing one for a special occasion. If I've achieved something great in my life, I will treat myself. If it's my birthday, I will get myself one. And that has recently changed. I've been obsessed with Jim Shores more than ever. And I feel like I'm buying way too many, way too much lately. Like, I get a paycheck and I'm like, I'm just going to purchase myself to one, which is ridiculous. And I'm aware of that. And I need to completely stop that because I need to save for more important things. But they just make my heart and soul so happy. And lately, obviously, with the coronavirus, I'm feeling really, like, scared, as all of us are probably. So I think my way of distracting my mind is by treating myself to a Jim Shore, which I know isn't good. But I've got to be honest, at the moment, I'm buying them way more than I should be. So my latest Jim Shore, just to show you guys, is my Ursula, which I got last week. And I just think she is absolutely gorgeous. You can't blame me, can you? Like, surely not. When she's this beautiful, I had to get her. So more than I'd like to buy at the moment. So I've got to stop that and rein it in. Question number 14 is, what's next on your Disney Jim Shore list? So, oh, I burped. Not very ladylike. The first one is the Shadow Man, aka Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog. My mother's got one downstairs and I keep eyeing it up, so I need to get one for myself. So the Shadow Man, Mrs. Jumbo and Dumbo, that's been on my wish list for a long time. The Princess Tiana and Prince Naveen has frogs, is super cute, so I want that one. I went Oogie Boogie, he is new and he's coming out in the UK, I think October time. I'll definitely be purchasing that, that's 5. Madam Mim, I've actually just purchased her on payment plan on like pre-order, so I have technically purchased her and she will be coming in a few months, so Madam Mim is one of them. And I'm going to tell you the next Jim Shore that I'm going to get on the last question because it kind of ties together. So the last question is, if you could ask Jim Shore to create a figurine for you that doesn't exist already, which one would you pick? I have always said for years and years that I would love to see a Megara Jim Shore because Hercules is my favourite movie and I love Megara. She is gorgeous. She is my sass queen. She is my dream Jim Shore. Oh my gosh, and the other night I was watching Jim Shore on a live video on Facebook and they went to answer some questions and I answered a question and I never thought that my question would be answered. The first question they answered was mine. I heard my name, they were like, Dee Dee wants to know, and my heart stopped. I was like, is there another Dee Dee or is that me? It was me, it was this girl, and I was screaming at my phone and they asked Jim Shore, Dee Dee wants to know if he would do a Megara. She's recently purchased Hades and Hercules and she'd love to see a Megara. And Jim Shore was like, well, Dee Dee, she's coming out very soon, and he picked up a picture of Megara with Hades and it is the most gorgeous gym show, and I will definitely be purchasing that. It doesn't matter what price it is, I will make sure I get my hands on that. And I was so happy. I messaged one of the Disney girls, Catherine, and we were like screaming on the phone because Megara has been so high in demand to be a gym show. And then of course I messaged Rawan, and Rawan sent me a voice message of her screaming down on the phone, which was amazing. Like, everybody is freaking out over this Megara gym show, understandably so, because she is gorgeous and she is the sass queen. So she will be the next gym show that I want to purchase, and that is my dream come true of what gym show I want to see. It has recently been made come true from Gym Show, so thank you so much, Gym Show, if you are watching this, which I highly doubt you are, but thank you, you've made my dream come true. But I would also like to see him do a Megara on her own. That's just me being like, please give me more. I'm so happy that he's doing it on a Gym Show, but I would love to see it on her own, like maybe in the, I won't say I'm in love scene with her holding the rose. That would be gorgeous. I'd love to see a Daisy Duck, hence the years, on her own, because they've only got Daisy Duck as a ballerina Gym Show, which is tiny. I would love to see a full-on Daisy pose when she does her little hand up with her bangle. That would be super cute. So a Daisy Gym Show. I'd love to see an Yzma figurine from Emperors in the New Groove. I love Yzma. I love the villains so much right now. So basically any villain that hasn't been done. Frollo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame, with the hellfire flames behind him on a gym show, would be amazing. I'd love to see Vanessa, Ursula's counterpart, what do you call it, the girl that Ursula turns into, Vanessa. I'd love to see her as a gym show. And I had to put Tarzan in here because Tarzan's one of my top 5 movies, so I'd love to see a Tarzan gym show, and there's never been one. And also I know my girl Rawan really wants Tarzan to be a gym show, so I want some Tarzan gym shows as well. So that was this Disney gym show tag. If you do have a gym show collection, then I would love to see you guys do this. I tag all of you, and I just want to say again, thank you so much to Rawan for creating this tag and for asking me to do it. Super sweet. I really enjoyed it. Go and give her some love. I will leave her channel in the link description box down below. I want to thank you all for watching. If you are new here, then please give me a subscribe. It would help me out a lot and I would appreciate it. And if you're returning, thank you so much. I love you guys. I hope you're all happy and healthy wherever you are. Thanks for watching, and of course, stay magical.